Hi, I'm Arnold. Welcome to the series of Basic Debugging. In this video, I will set up and start debugging a Node.js application. So let's dive right in. Okay, so this is my tiny little Node.js application which has just one package, that is Express, and one route which simply returns it's working. Okay, so let's run and see what happens. And also it doesn't have any other fancy things. So let's run and see what happens. Oh, index.js, that's it. Host. Okay, so we are running this on port 3000. It's working great. Okay, let's create another route which will basically add up two numbers. Request response. Cool. Now we'll send okay, request dot query dot a plus request dot query dot b. That's it. Let's restart the server and hit this add. Let's take 6 and b is equal to say 7. Okay, so the output that we have got is 67, which is definitely not right. So actually this is on purpose that I've chosen this one. So this is definitely not the answer that we want. The answer that we want is 13 and we are getting 67. So we have an issue and now we are going to debug this issue. So why we are getting it 67 not 13. Okay, so how do we do that? So what we can do is we can add a debugger, but the thing is we cannot add debugger in VS Code. We can, but uh, currently this code is not attached to this instance. Okay, so we cannot add the debugger here right now. The other way that I prefer is to debug the backend from uh, Chrome's DevTools. Yes, that is correct. So Chrome DevTools is not only used for front-end debugging, but it can also be used for back-end debugging. I'll tell you how. So let's stop this server, and all we need to add is inspect 9229. It says debugger listening on blah blah blah. Okay, so yes, this is what I'm talking about. So we have got this little icon here that is for node. So if you get this, just click on it and you will get another DevTools. This DevTool is for node. So this text that you are seeing it right now, this is the console log from node. This one. Okay. So let me close the DevTools for the front end and open the DevTools for this one. Now let's debug. So for debugging, let's add a breakpoint. So to add a breakpoint, we'll need to go to the source of that server. So we need to open this file. You can open that from sources. Like this says, to open file, you need to press Command P, or if you are using Windows or Linux, you can press Control P and just type in index.js. Now since index.js is used as a common entry point for almost all the packages or any application, so you will find a lot of index.js file. So you'll need to be careful about choosing which index.js is yours. So I think this is the one that we are looking for. Let's select that, and here it is, our code. Okay, so let's add a debugger here. Okay, before adding a debugger, let me break down this line into uh, multiple variables so that we can debug it better. Okay. Okay, equal to flower p is equal to flower c is equal to a plus b. That's it. Let's restart the server and debug it. Okay. Okay, so now we have this. Let's add a debugger here and then we'll see what happens. Now if I refresh, it is already hitting add route, so it will stop at this breakpoint. There it is. Now if you see uh, request has a lot of things, so this is also one of the um, major advantage of using a debugger instead of print statements. So I will talk about this in a different episode, not today, of course. Okay, so let's move on and see. So request has query, yes, query has A and B, correct. That is right, that is right. So let's see the value of A. Value of A is 6, value of B is 7, that is also right. But we see there's something not usual. So 6 appears in double quotes. So does that mean it is in string, or is the type of A and B is string? Okay, let's check that. We can do that by uh, using the console. So what you can do is you can simply use any of the variables in the current session of this debugger here, like request dot query dot a, right? Okay, let's check type of that. Type of a, yes, it is a string. Type of b is also a string. Okay, so I think that is our issue right there. It is a string and it is concatenating instead of adding the numbers. Okay, so now we know that what the issue is. Let's fix that. So let's parse this, parse int, parse int, blah blah blah, correct. Let's restart. Okay, so we have an error here which says that response.send is deprecated and use response.send status instead. Okay, so well, there can be multiple things that we can assume with this, that either it is considering this as a status code, or maybe we will have to send status separately and default is no more an option, like status, let's say 200. Okay, we have restarted. Let's see. Okay, so we are getting the same error again. So to do that, we'll need to debug again using debugger and check why are we getting that error. But that we'll do in the next episode. Okay, so subscribe, follow me, like, comment, share, and most importantly, comment down below if you want me to debug any framework or any language or anything. If you have any issue in any debugging, let me know and I'll make a video of it. Okay, bye, thanks.